Hi everyone! So this time let's take a look at this video from France 24 in English. So it's about the Japanese pop culture in France and basically the way that French people appreciate it. So let's have a look.
The heroes of Japan today are fictional characters, and behind them are those who created them.
In this Paris suburb, the Japan Pop Show has become a must-attend event for fans of Japanese anime. Thousands of people of all ages gather at conventions like these, united by their love of manga, video games, and cosplay.
So I guess that they're showing the Japan Expo in Paris, taking place, I think, every year in summer in Paris. It lasts a few days, I think. I've never been there, so I have no idea.
Like 20-year-old Hua Sheng, who participates in at least 5 conventions per year.
Playing a character allows me to try things that I wouldn't do in real life.
So yeah, it's always interesting. The girl nickname was Hua Cheng, like a Chinese name, but we're talking about Japanese pop culture. So Japan Expo, I think, is more or less about Asian pop cultures, a mix of everything, more or less.
In the crowd, where reality blends with the virtual world, we meet up with a group of cosplayers from Strasbourg who go by the name Iconic. Today, they've set up a stand to share their passion for kawaii, which means the culture of cuteness.
Well, it's funny because the person doing the voiceover just said kawaii. Kawaii in Japanese, it's something like scary, like not cute at all. She meant for sure kawaii, not kawaii. Anyway.
In Japanese.
I'm Fanui. I've been making costumes for 20 years. I fell into it as a child with the show Club Dorothée.
In manga, I discovered stories about
Yeah, they're talking about Club Dorothée without explaining anything about it. So Club Dorothée was in the 80s and 90s in France, a TV show about anime, any kind of anime, like Dragon Ball, like Captain Tsubasa, like some of the names in English I don't remember, but it was basically about 80s and beginning of 90s anime in France.
Magical princesses and fairies with fantastic powers. From one day to the next, I turned on my TV, and what I'd read in those black and white books became a moving image on color TV, and from then on I couldn't stop dreaming.
Shiwasu is part of a generation that has grown up with popular Japanese animes, mangas, and video games. The social phenomenon originated in the 70s when the first mangas hit bookshelves. Around this time, the first animated series like Astro Boy, Goldorak, and Captain Harlock began broadcasting.
So yeah, Goldorak became very popular in France during the TV show Club Dorothée. I guess it was like every day for kids, like maybe in the morning and after school, like about 5 p.m.
The next 2 decades, Japanese anime flooded France, especially thanks to TV shows like Club Dorothée, introducing cult series like Dragon Ball and Studio Ghibli films to the French youth.
Yeah, and in France we also say Ghibli, and that's Djibouti, but it doesn't matter, right?
I discovered this on a kids' TV show, but mostly with my father at a flea market when I was 7. In a crate, you find a Goldorak and a Raideen. These are objects from another time that are witnesses. The first time that all this Japanese fantasy arrived in the West.
38-year-old Baptiste Caillot has kept these precious memories from his childhood.
So yeah, that's also the interesting part. Those people from the 80s are nowadays older, and their children also have interest in Japanese pop culture.
Alors là, nous avons le Black Fire.
So here we have the Black Fire, which is a unique piece.
C'est en fait
And it's actually a tribute to both robots and samurai armor.
aux samouraïs un peu et aux armures de samouraïs.
So if I remember well, in Paris a few years ago, they organized an exhibition about Goldorak. So about this 80s, I guess, manga and anime. And yeah, it's very popular in France among people being nowadays like more or less 40, 45, even like 50 years old.
We meet in Versailles, where his unique collection of 300 toys and robots from this period are on display. He's dedicated 20 years of his life to carefully preserve the items with their original boxes and instructions.
Et je pense que ces robots...
This collection is like a thread that connects me to that period of my life
inévitablement.
and allows me to always remain a child.
Un enfant.
It was also the first time in France that there was this.
So yeah, it's definitely what people feel nostalgia about that time, the time when they were kids, enjoying in mornings and evenings watching anime. So it's definitely this feeling.
This notion of merchandising. They were flooding the market with them, and children were totally receptive to this imaginary world that was completely overwhelming them.
To understand this influence, one has to turn back the clock to the end of the Second World War in 1945. Japan was under American occupation. The United States wanted to change Japan's military image to that of a peaceful nation. The Japanese adopted Western culture through the exchange of technology without leaving their traditions behind. This marked the beginning of Japanese bunka power, or soft power, and the development of nation branding. The anime and video game industry became...
So yeah, they're saying in like mix of Japanese and English, bunka power. Basically, bunka in Japanese means culture. So generally about anything about culture.
...became a cash cow for the country, which brought in hundreds of billions of yen each year.
Le Japon est effectivement une superpuissance.
Japan is indeed a superpower from a cultural point of view. If we're talking about pop culture, which is widespread, but also high-end culture, traditional arts, which are now recognized for their true worth.
Les Japonais sont aujourd'hui reconnus à leur juste valeur. Ça va servir.
It will serve the image of this country.
Servir aussi.
So yeah, in France, Japanese soft power is very strong. French people generally have a very positive image of Japan, even though they've never been there. It's the way they perceive the country and its culture.
It will serve not only its appeal, but also its economic growth.
Au niveau économique, parce que ça va générer.
Because it will generate income, develop tourism, and a multitude of activities linked to this cultural dimension.
Cette dimension culturelle.
Today,
yeah, definitely. It's not only generating French people going to Japan for holidays to visit the country, but it also generates on the French territory a lot of activities like manga shops, anime shops with a lot of merchandising, and also events like we see at the beginning about the Japan Expo in Paris.
France is the second largest consumer of mangas in the world, after Japan. In large part thanks to cosplayers like Shiwasu, who continues to share her passion.
Thank you, Paris. You were incredible in supporting the cosplayers.
We have these moments of pause, of wonder, of escape, just by putting on a costume and meeting up with friends at a convention.
So yeah, it's about cosplay, not only about Japan actually, as you can see here with the characters from Alice in Wonderland, I think. It has nothing to do with Japan for sure, but it's more or less like pop culture, let's say.
These conventions allow Shiwasu and her friends to escape the responsibilities of daily life and return to their childlike spirit.
Well, it's like a hobby. So any hobby is basically about not thinking about taxes and work and painful stuff. So yeah, that was an interesting